Welcome back to ABC General Hospital channel. Today, we'll dive into the enigmatic fate of one of Port Charles's most infamous villains, Cyrus Renault. With his web of crimes unraveling, the question isn't if Cyrus will face justice, but how. Let's break down the possible scenarios for his dramatic exit from the canvas. Possibility: Cyrus is presumed dead but returns. One of the most intriguing ways to write Cyrus Renault out of Port Charles without fully closing the door on his character is through a classic soap trope, his presumed death. Imagine a dramatic showdown where Cyrus plunges over a cliff or into a raging river during a confrontation. His body, of course, is never recovered, leaving everyone to believe he's gone for good. This outcome would offer the perfect balance of resolution and suspense. His enemies could breathe a sigh of relief, believing the threat has passed, while viewers are left anticipating his inevitable return. This route keeps Cyrus as a lingering shadow over Port Charles, ready to resurface and wreak havoc at the most unexpected moment. It would also pave the way for future storylines, perhaps involving revenge or a twisted redemption arc. Possibility: Cyrus is sent to prison again. Another plausible scenario is Cyrus being exposed for his crimes and sent back to prison. With mounting evidence against him, including his digitalis poisonings and the attempted murder of Corinthos, the justice system might finally catch up with him. While this option feels more straightforward, it's far from boring. A prison sentence would leave Cyrus stewing in his resentment, plotting his next move. It also allows the writers to revisit his character whenever they see fit. Cyrus could pull strings from behind bars, creating chaos in Port Charles without ever leaving his cell. Alternatively, an eventual prison escape could set the stage for a thrilling return, complete with a new vendetta against those who put him away. Possibility: Cyrus is killed in self-defense. In a town as dangerous as Port Charles, self-defense killings are practically a rite of passage. Cyrus Renault's menacing nature makes him a prime candidate for such an exit. Picture this: Cyrus corners someone like Elizabeth Baldwin, Portia Robinson, or Brad Cooper, attempting to silence them after they uncover damning evidence against him. In the heat of the moment, they fight back, resulting in Cyrus's untimely demise. This scenario would be deeply satisfying for fans who want to see a character they love triumph over evil. It also offers plenty of emotional depth for the person who takes him down. The guilt, the aftermath, and the legal ramifications would create fertile ground for future storylines. Plus, it would be a fitting end for a man who has left so much destruction in his wake. Possibility: Cyrus is taken out by Jocelyn. Jocelyn is emerging as a fierce and determined young woman, especially when it comes to protecting her loved ones. Recent episodes revealed that Joss discovered a gun while cleaning Dex Heller's apartment. This detail could foreshadow a shocking twist, Joss taking justice into her own hands. If Joss learns that Cyrus was responsible for Dex's stabbing and subsequent digitalis injection, not to mention his attack on her brother, Michael, her anger could push her to act impulsively. A confrontation between Joss and Cyrus would be electrifying, showcasing her evolution into a bold and complex character. Such an act would also have ripple effects, potentially straining her relationships with Sonny and Carly as they grapple with the consequences of her actions. Cyrus's web of crimes and growing enemies. The sheer scope of Cyrus Renault's misdeeds ensures that his exit will be dramatic, no matter how it plays out. From his serial killings via digitalis injections to his attempts on Corinthos' life, Cyrus has amassed a long list of enemies. His actions have left a trail of devastation, touching countless lives in Port Charles. Characters like Jason Morgan, Sonny Corinthos, and even Jocelyn are prime candidates for seeking retribution. Meanwhile, others like nurse Elizabeth Baldwin could inadvertently stumble into his crosshairs, raising the stakes even higher. The layered connections between Cyrus and his enemies make his downfall not just personal but also a catalyst for future storylines. Cyrus Renault's possible endgame. One question looms above all: what is Cyrus Renault's ultimate goal? His calculated moves suggest he's playing a long game, but his increasingly reckless actions hint at desperation. Could he be planning one last power grab before his inevitable downfall, or is he simply trying to sow as much chaos as possible before his time runs out? Cyrus's endgame could involve a major power play, targeting Sonny's empire or attempting to manipulate the legal system to his advantage. Alternatively, he might aim to take as many people down with him as he can, creating an explosive climax that leaves Port Charles reeling. Whatever his plan, it's clear that Cyrus's days are numbered, and his exit will leave a lasting impact on the canvas. What's next for Cyrus Renault? With so many potential outcomes, the possibilities for Cyrus Renault's exit are endless. Will he face a dramatic death, a life behind bars, or a presumed demise that keeps the door open for his return? As Port Charles braces for the fallout of his actions, fans are left on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the resolution of this high-stakes storyline. One thing is certain, Cyrus's departure will mark the end of an era and the beginning of new challenges for the characters he leaves behind. His legacy of chaos will continue to shape Port Charles long after he's gone. Next, we'll explore the dramatic transformation of Christina Corinthos as grief, loss, and vengeance drive her closer to the shadowy world of her father's empire. From heartbreak to resilience, Christina's journey promises to redefine her character and shake Port Charles to its core. Let's dive in. Christina's evolution, a new era for the Corinthos family. Christina Corinthos has always struggled to balance her idealism with the reality of her family's powerful yet morally complex legacy. But with the losses piling up, her child, her sister Sam McCall, and now, potentially, her brother Michael Corinthos, the weight of her grief threatens to reshape her entirely. In her quest to process her pain, Christina may find herself drawn to the very things she once condemned: power, control, and the allure of her father's empire. As Christina begins to embrace the darker aspects of her heritage, she may take bold steps to ensure no one else she loves is harmed. This transformation could set the stage for a seismic shift in Port Charles, with Christina taking on a more prominent role in her family's affairs. What will this mean for the Corinthos legacy? Could Christina's rise to power come at the cost of her own soul? A descent into darkness, Christina's breaking point. The moment Christina learns of Michael's tragic fate, it's as if the final thread holding her together snaps. The hospital, once a place where she clung to hope, becomes the backdrop for her emotional unraveling. Her family and friends, though desperate to support her, find themselves powerless as Christina's grief manifests in unpredictable and volatile ways. For Christina, Michael's death is more than just the loss of a beloved sibling, it's a symbolic end to the sense of security and love she once cherished. Her love for Michael, compounded by unresolved anger over her baby's death and Sam's passing, creates a perfect storm of emotions. Unable to process these losses in a healthy way, Christina begins to lash out at those around her, questioning their loyalty, motives, and even their love for her. This downward spiral is a stark reminder of how grief can reshape even the strongest individuals. Christina's descent into darkness is not just a reaction to her losses but also a reflection of the burden of being a Corinthos. Her struggle to find her footing will be both heartbreaking and captivating for viewers, offering a raw, emotional portrayal of a woman at her breaking point. Christina's quest for justice, a dangerous obsession. As Christina grapples with her grief, one emotion rises above the rest, a burning desire for justice. Unlike others in her family who may seek solace in forgiveness or healing, Christina feels compelled to make someone pay for the pain she's endured. Her mind circles back to Ava Jerome, whom she blames for her child's death, and the faceless perpetrators responsible for Michael's injuries. This thirst for vengeance pushes Christina into uncharted territory. No longer content to rely on others to protect her family, she begins to take matters into her own hands. This shift in her mindset marks a turning point for Christina, as she channels her pain into a single-minded mission to restore balance and honor her family's legacy. But as her quest intensifies, the lines between justice and revenge blur, leading her down a dangerous and morally ambiguous path. Becoming a true Corinthos. As Christina steps further into the shadows, she begins to understand her father, Sonny Corinthos, in ways she never could before. For years, Christina struggled with Sonny's dual nature as a loving father and a powerful mob boss. Now, as she contemplates taking over parts of his empire, she sees the necessity of power in protecting the people she loves. Christina's idealism gives way to a more pragmatic and ruthless outlook. She starts dismantling the remnants of her old life, shedding the image of the innocent daughter to become a formidable force in her own right. This transformation isn't just about honoring Michael, it's about reclaiming control over her life and ensuring no one else suffers the way she has. Her rise to power could have far-reaching consequences for Port Charles. The once fractured Corinthos family may rally around her, but her new role could also alienate those who cannot reconcile this version of Christina with the one they knew. Her actions could spark a ripple effect, drawing in the Davis and Courtemain families as they grapple with the fallout of her choices. Michael's death, the catalyst for change. Michael Corinthos' injuries from the fire at Sonny's penthouse mark a tragic turning point for the Corinthos family. With actor Chad Duell announcing his departure from General Hospital, Michael's storyline appears to be nearing its conclusion. This tragic exit not only offers closure for Michael's character but also serves as a powerful catalyst for the transformation of those he leaves behind, particularly Christina. For Christina, Michael's death is the ultimate trigger, forcing her to confront the fragility of life and the need to take decisive action. His loss, coupled with her unresolved grief for her child and sister, creates a perfect storm that propels her into a new chapter of her life. Michael's departure from the canvas isn't just a personal loss for Christina, it's a turning point for Port Charles, as his absence leaves a void that Christina feels compelled to fill. A new legacy for Christina Corinthos Davis. As Christina embarks on this journey of transformation, she stands at a crossroads that will define her future. Will she fully embrace the darker side of her heritage, stepping into the role of a power player in Port Charles? Or will she find a way to balance her newfound strength with the compassion and love that have always been at her core? Christina's evolution represents more than just a personal journey, it's a redefinition of the Corinthos legacy. Her choices will have far-reaching implications, influencing the dynamics of her family and the landscape of Port Charles for years to come. Whether she becomes a hero, a villain, or something in between, one thing is certain: Christina Corinthos Davis is poised to become one of the most compelling characters on General Hospital. Next, we'll discuss the heartbreaking story of Cameron Matheson and the devastating impact of the wildfires that ravaged Los Angeles. From the loss of cherished homes to the profound resilience of those affected, this is a story of tragedy, solidarity, and hope. Let's dive in. A shared tragedy and a community in mourning. The wildfires that swept through Los Angeles left countless families grappling with the loss of their homes and the memories they held. Among those affected was General Hospital star Cameron Matheson, whose openness about his experience has shed light on the profound impact of this disaster. The heartbreak of losing a home is compounded by the emotional ties we have to the spaces where our lives unfold, a sentiment shared by many others who faced similar devastation. Cameron's experience, while uniquely his own, is emblematic of a larger tragedy affecting thousands of families in the region. His willingness to share the raw and emotional aftermath has provided comfort to others navigating similar losses, fostering a sense of solidarity in a time of profound uncertainty. As the Los Angeles community begins the process of rebuilding, stories like Cameron's remind us of the resilience and strength that emerge in the face of adversity. Heartfelt support from friends and colleagues. In the wake of this tragedy, Cameron's friends, co-stars, and fans rallied around him with messages of love and support. Fellow soap opera stars took to social media to express their condolences, underscoring the tight-knit nature of the daytime television community. Melissa Claire Egan, who also experienced the loss of her brand new home to the fires, shared her heartfelt sorrow, writing, broken heart, pleading face, love you. I'm so sorry. The shared grief between the two actors highlights how even those accustomed to playing out fictional drama must face very real, life-altering events. Other stars, like Laura Lee Bell of The Young and the Restless, offered words of comfort. "So terribly sorry. Red heart, been thinking of you." Folded hands. Meanwhile, Jacob Young, a former All My Children co-star, conveyed his sadness. "I'm so sorry, Cam. My heart goes out to you and your family." General Hospital's Finola Hughes poignantly encapsulated the loss, writing, "Oh Cameron, these shots are all heartbreaking. The beautiful life you built with your family, that lives on in you all. But a home also becomes a character in your family. I am so sorry she is lost to you now." Red heart adhesive bandage. These words reflect the deep connection we form with our homes, which are more than just structures, they are repositories of memories, milestones, and love. The devastating reality of the wildfires. Cameron Matheson's Instagram post captured the stark contrast between his life before and after the wildfires. The first video, filmed just weeks before the tragedy, showcased his beautifully decorated home, complete with holiday cheer. The second video, however, revealed the charred remains of that same space, unrecognizable and hauntingly desolate. The juxtaposition between these two moments serves as a powerful reminder of how quickly life can change. The footage also included heartbreaking scenes of small fires still burning among the wreckage, a visceral representation of the destruction left behind. Someone can be heard crying in the background, a raw expression of the pain and disbelief felt in the wake of such a loss. These videos, while deeply personal, resonate with countless others who have experienced similar tragedies, making Cameron's story both unique and universal. Reflections on loss and resilience. As Cameron shared his struggles with insomnia and grief, he acknowledged the broader impact of the wildfires. His post wasn't just a personal reflection, it was a tribute to the thousands of families grappling with similar losses. "My heart goes out to the thousands of families whose home and lifetime of memories have also been destroyed," he wrote, capturing the shared grief of an entire community. This moment of vulnerability highlights Cameron's humanity and his determination to find meaning amid the devastation. By opening up about his experience, he has become a source of comfort and inspiration for others, proving that even in the darkest times, connection and empathy can help us find a way forward. Before and after, a heartbreaking contrast. The most striking aspect of Cameron's post is the visual contrast between his home before and after the fire. In the first video, viewers are treated to a serene walk up the sidewalk and into the warmly lit, holiday-decorated house, a scene of joy, love, and togetherness. The second video, filmed just days later, reveals a hauntingly different reality. The home, once a sanctuary, is now reduced to rubble, its former beauty erased by the flames. This powerful juxtaposition offers a window into the profound emotional toll of such a loss. It's not just about the physical destruction, it's about the memories, dreams, and sense of safety that are taken away in an instant. For Cameron and others like him, rebuilding isn't just about constructing a new house, it's about reclaiming a sense of normalcy and finding hope in the face of overwhelming adversity. The soap community stands together. The soap opera world has long been known for its dramatic storylines, but the real-life camaraderie among its stars is just as compelling. As Cameron navigates this difficult chapter, the support from his peers has been a beacon of light. Messages from colleagues like Asher Antonazin, who wrote simply "broken heart, red heart adhesive bandage," and others reflect the genuine care and compassion that bind this community together. Beyond individual messages, the soap opera industry as a whole has rallied to support those affected by the wildfires. Initiatives to raise funds and provide resources for survivors demonstrate the power of collective action in times of crisis. Cameron's story serves as a reminder that even in the face of tragedy, we are never truly alone. Looking ahead, rebuilding and healing. As Cameron Matheson and his family begin the process of rebuilding, their journey symbolizes hope and resilience. While the loss of a home is devastating, it also presents an opportunity to create something new. Cameron's openness about his experience serves as a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the power of community. The wildfires that swept through Los Angeles left a trail of destruction, but they also revealed the incredible capacity for kindness, empathy, and support. Cameron's story is just one of many, but it resonates deeply because of its raw honesty and universal themes of loss and recovery. Thank you for tuning in to ADC General Hospital channel. Stay with us for more stories of resilience, updates on your favorite stars, and in-depth coverage of the drama both on and off the screen. Until next time, take care and hold your loved ones close.